What is up, guys? PieMuffin here, and we are back with our SAO Rising Steel video. I figured we were going to be getting another banner before the next Ordinal battle, but the weird thing is it's not the typing or the characters I was expecting to see. So let's already go over this. I'm actually really excited for these characters despite their typing. So we are getting our first 4-star Liz and Silica. And funny enough, this is the first time they've done this where I know we have 3-star versions of them, but they usually release a regular 4-star version of a character before releasing like seasonal. So this is each their own battles. Don't we already have... I feel like this is by your side. It's kind of the same like kind of style, I guess, the whole by your side, like where it shows like the way the text is set up, it looks very similar. I guess this is like maybe a part 2 for like a Valentine's thing, even though it's already March. But I'm guessing probably not. This is just probably regular SAO versions of them. Well, actually, no, this would be Alfheim because Silica has the ears. So I'm guessing it's just regular Alfheim versions of them where, you know, they're in their like nightgowns or whatever. Maybe the nightgown Asuna and Alice was also called each their own battles. Anyways, we're getting our first Liz and Silica unit, so we're going to go over what they do real quick. Like I said, it's kind of weird that they're not wind or earth units, because that's what we're really still lacking. We're getting yet another water, and or water or non-elemental. Because I always get this color, I think it's water. We'll know when we read the... Yeah, okay. Incarnate skill is water, so it's water. And then we're getting a Dark Lisbeth, once again introducing a new weapon type. Because even though we have a 3-star Liz, if you actually go to look at her, she is a rapier unit. Which is funny because in her artwork she does have a hammer, but she is a rapier unit, weirdly enough. I don't know why they're dropping all these new weapon types all at once, but I guess it's better to get them out of the way now so that you can start building up a like a set of weapons for that. So I guess it's not a huge deal. Plus, because I want to be careful how I say this, because it's just a Liz and Silica. Other than, you know, the fans of these characters specifically, they're not high-selling characters like Alice, Asuna, Sinon. So I feel like not as many people are probably going to go in on these banners, especially since they are, like I said, yet again, dark and water, which we have plenty of. Plus the content coming in the game, you know, with the next Ordinal battle, we're really not going to need dark and water too much. So I guess they might help in Cathedral a little bit. But other than, well, dark anyways will. But other than that, I don't really see too much of a big use for them. And then the Silica can be useful, I guess, for like, how many days do we have left for the War of Underworld event? Let's back out real quick. Yeah, we only have 4 days left, so I guess. So maybe we'll get some more content moving forward that'll be for these characters. But overall, it just kind of seems like they might be a filler banner for right now because they're not exactly units that people are needing. Before we go into what the units do, though, I do want to talk about the banner additions because we have 2 new 4-stars being added. We do have the Staring Lovingly Kirito and Smiling Lovingly Asuna being added to the pool. If you aren't aware of what those are the non-elemental original SAO versions of them that they added quite a little bit. I think it was back in January when they got added. So, once again, increasing the pool, and it's not being diluted at all. They still have the original 8, and they are just adding to the list. So, the next banner, if they add people, I feel like might be... Is it too soon? I mean, I know there's more units that came out. I'm just trying to think, because part of me thinks they're not going to add, like, full seasonal units to these general pools, like the Roni and Tiese from Valentine's Day, but at the same time, you never know. They may just, you know, say, screw it, and throw them in there, so we'll just have to wait and see. But, this banner now, like our general banner with this one specifically, has a lot of dark, which is good for the sake of this banner, but it's not good for the sake of people wanting to get other stuff, because you look at it right here. So we got Lifa, who is wind, and then we have the, right before this, we have the Where are they? The Alice and Asuna, the sleeping ones that are also wind. So that's only 3 wind units. But then you've got Adis, you've got Kirito, you've got Yuki, you've got the new Lisbeth. So it's a lot more diluted with water and dark, which, like I said, will be good for this banner. But in general, if you're trying to pull other stuff, it's not going to help you too much. All right, that's enough of that. Let's go over what these do exactly. So let's read over Liz first. Sigh of Relief, Lisbeth. The first mace... I mean, you gotta mention that. The first mace weapon type character is now available. She's a charge character who has an extra strong assault skill that deals additional damage to enemies inflicted with continuous damage. And a charge skill equipped with physical resistance debuff. Ooh, that makes it, you would think you're getting hit with a mace, you're gonna, feel some kind of bit weaker. So that's pretty cool. Plus, she can raise her own evasion while healing the whole party. Okay, so she has essentially Yuki's and, who's the other one that has it? It's mainly Yuki who I'm thinking. I'm sure there's somebody else. But it's essentially you're raising evasion, but you're also healing. I'm sure it's going to be a weak heal. I mean, we'll look at it in a second. We'll see. But I do like that it's her own evasion and then heal the whole party. You can depend on her for high support and attack abilities. So definitely a support unit, which is good, and it makes sense for her character. So definitely a unit I wouldn't mind pulling, since my only dark units that I personally own are Kirito and Yuki. So I would definitely use her if I got her. We'll check in a sec. I don't even know how many dark crystals I have, because I just got Yuki to 100. So even if I pull Liz, I wouldn't be able to use her at max capacity right away. And then we have Roaring Cradle Silica. She's packed with a skill that can heal your whole party while also landing an attack on one enemy. Okay, so a heal all while also attacking. Cool. Mix and match your offensive abilities to suit any battle with this dependable water elemental charge character. All right, another charge character, that's fine. Because I think, I think Eldry is a charge character as well, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong about that. I don't have him myself, so I don't know off the top of my head, but that would make it, if he is, that would make 3 charge blue units and 1 break. So, we're kind of leaning more towards charge characters for water. Deal water elemental continuous damage with her incarnate skill cross combination. So it seems like you want to use her continuous damage alongside with Liz's ability to do extra damage to people who have continuous damage on them. Alright, so let's look at Liz. Let's see what she does right here. So her charge ability is Impact Drive, which is a blunt attack, strong on single enemy. Lowers physical resistance by 20% for 1 turn, and incarnate charge is 20%. I like that lowering physical resistance, so definitely want to try and start out with her if you can. Crash Strike is her assault, which is blunt attack. They're all going to be blunt. She's using a mace. Extra strong on a single enemy. Deals added damage on enemies inflicted with continuous damage, so you want to make sure you get that continuous damage started pretty early on. And here's the one we were thinking, yep, I figured, weak. Heal all and evade. Recovers HP weak of all allies. Raises own evasion by 20% for 1 turn. So that's not bad. I mean, you're really just trying to avoid having her get killed while also healing everybody. And then her incarnate skill is Voltage Impact. Incarnate blunt attack on single enemy. Deals added damage on enemies inflicted with continuous damage. Okay, so even more of that. So yeah, there are several characters in the game already that do that whole continuous damage thing, so you just want to work this Liz in tandem with them. I think my, who is it? It's either the Valentine's Roni or TSA. I forget off the top of my head that has that. I think Roni has, like, a thing for it. I might be wrong, though. But essentially, you could use her with that, and you'll make for a good combo with these two. Now let's look at Silica. So she's got a charge, a heal, and assault. I always find it weird, because it's like, why does it matter the placing? You could literally just place them in the exact same spot, but I guess it depends on what they do. Maybe they just want to place them in different spots. So her charge attack is Skill Connect Spin, Axle, long name. Thrust attack strong on single enemy, reduces attack by 10% for 2 turns. Very nice, attack debuff. And incarnate charge is 20%. Her heal ability is Aqua's Stream Heal. Magic Attack strong on single enemy, recovers HP weak of all allies. So maybe that's why they put it in an attack slot, because it is an attack and a heal. It's just really interesting that it's like, it's still categorized as a heal when it's really mainly an attack ability. I guess it's like 50-50. I guess it's fine that it's considered a heal. I guess you want to make sure that players know that it is a healing ability. And then she has Aqua's Burst for her assault skill, magic attack medium on all enemies, inflicts water continuous damage for 2 turns. So yeah, so for example, you can use these two together. So start off with Aqua's Burst, and then you can go in with Crash Strike, as long as you're making sure that Silica's going first. So that'd be a good way to combo with just these two. And her Incarnate skill is Cross Combination, Incarnate Magic Attack on single enemy, inflicts water continuous damage for 2 turns. Also that, if you're going in for a longer battle, you can have that Incarnate skill, and then continue going with that Assault skill. And that's pretty much it for the units. So the Silica is going to be a dagger unit, which is interesting, because I don't think we have a summonable... I'm trying to think if we have summonable daggers. I know that for a fact, but I can't think of a main unit 4-star that had daggers as their like summonable weapon that we were actually pulling for. So I guess in a way you could really say that both of these characters are excuse me. You could say that both these characters are kind of getting new weapons, even though they're really not, because we have dagger as a weapon type, but we haven't had like a main banner unit for that. By the way, this banner is dropping tomorrow, so less than 24 hours of when you're watching this video. It is going to be a step up, so I guess this is the norm from now on. So I would keep that in your mind. If you are waiting for a specific character, then this is the time to make sure you're not summoning on every banner, or at the very least, just doing the first time half off on every banner. But on the bright side, we do have another Ordinal battle coming up in like 4 or 5 days. So there will be a lot more currency to get. I don't know if I want to go all in on this banner. As much as I like Liz as a character, I may just wait to see if this Liz eventually... Well, we'll see how my first time half off goes, but I just don't really have a reason to really go deep for her, because I have 2 level 100 dark units. And one is a break character and one's a charge character, so she's not a necessity for me. But let's actually look. Let me see. I've got 2 limit breaks for dark, so at the very least I'd be able to get her to level 90 if I pulled her tomorrow, but I don't think I'm gonna get as lucky as I did with the Sinon thing. Before we get out of here, because I always forget to do this with these videos, is let's go over the event we're gonna be getting. Bandai's really teasing me here by putting Klein here. They're just like, oh, we're not going to give you a summonable version of him yet. But here he is in the event. So typical usual stuff. There's going to be some equipment we can farm from the event. We knew about this Sinon before. The free-to-play one, we're going to be able to get tickets for her and summon for her. And of course, the bonus characters will be the Liz and Silica. And it looks like we'll get some Sinon crystals to be able to farm here. And this event also drops tomorrow. I'll probably do like 1 summon. I don't know if I'll even, since I'm not even gonna have enough for a weapon summon, I may just do my summon off camera, since it's just gonna be 1 single summon, and I've already broken down the units here, but we'll see. And then they're basically going over here in the to get evolution roll, so you can get the equipment if you do the level 80 stage in under... If you do all of it all the way like under 40 turns, you'll get that. 40 turns for the level 90. You get the Sinon evolution crystals. And if you can do the level 90 under 30 turns, it looks like you get another, probably the final piece of the equipment that you need. Which isn't really like that big of a deal for me, because these equipments aren't really something I use that much. Because obviously, especially for Dark, we have Kirito's armor now, so there's really not a huge reason to use 3-star equipment when we have 4-star. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. The plot, they're basically explaining the underworld that Kirito... Okay. Oh, so this is literally... So this is an event for in the anime when Liz gave her speech to everyone in Alfheim. Interesting that they're giving these outfits to the characters, but, you know, it is what it is. So it's probably just going to go over that little story piece right there, and then it goes over the stats for the characters again as well. So yeah, I will, of course, have my normal video of where we'll try and beat the stage in a certain amount of turns, which, what type are you? It doesn't really specify what type the enemy's going to be, but since the equipment for this event is dark, I assume it's going to be a light enemy, which means utilizing my Yuki and Kirito will probably be very good for this event, which is another reason why, you know, it might be nice to pull the Lisbeth so I could have a third dark unit to kind of use there. Let me just make sure I'm not forgetting any units, because I think those are the only 2 dark units I have. Yeah, in terms of summonable, those are my 2 dark units, and I'm not going to use these 2 3-stars right here. 3 stars kind of became obsolete for me after the second cathedral started, because I had enough 4 stars by then. Actually, I should filter that back on, because I really don't use the 3 stars anymore. But yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. Let me know what you guys think of the units down below. I am very excited that we're finally getting characters other than, you know, Kirito, Asuna, Alice, Sinon, you know, other characters are finally getting their first 4-star versions in the game, which I do hope we'd continue to keep seeing moving forward. But I guess we'll have to wait and see on that. That's gonna be it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more if you're new to the channel. I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.